Everybody, it is I, your most beloved Mayor and Margrave Matilda Portier, coming at you live from the castle headquarters here in the ghost town. It has been 5 million years since I last streamed, and by that I mean, I think like a month, maybe a month and a half, I don't remember. I said I was gonna come back to streaming in June, and that did not happen. I was planning on actually streaming a bit earlier, but then I got distracted because I'm like, what track should I have in the background? And then I kept like going through things. I'm like, should I make my own background track for this? And I'm like, no. And then I was like, well, what is some like music that isn't gonna set up copyright? And so then I went on that like whole like diving. Oh god. And then once I like went on that deep dive, I was like, what is some like obscure games that I don't know that I don't know. So I ended up going through a few, and I ended up there was this Wii game that me and my sister used to play, and it seems like, oh, this is a baby game. This will be really easy, but it's like the hardest Wii game I've ever come across, and it's called Dewey's Adventure, and you're like plays this little dewdrop. It's hard as the slightest wrong like movement, like because it's based on motion sensor, you're just screwed. You're so fucked. And there's a track from it that I was like, yeah, no, yeah. I've been actually drawing a lot while on break, but I feel like I've barely gotten anywhere. Welcome in, Tiara Seneca. I hope you are doing wonderful. Yeah, long time no see. Let me know if the music is too loud or if you'd like it changed at any point. I hope you've been doing well though. Yeah, I went on quite a bit of a break. I was planning on coming back sometime in June, but then, well, I mean, life is rarely so kind, so let me get back to streaming soon. I'm hoping though that I'll get more consistent about streaming from here on, but who knows? I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll be back to streaming, then I'll be gone for a month. The curse of media just existing, but hey. I mean, that's what ghosts are known for, right? Appearing when you least expect it and then just randomly just fucking off. That's how it goes. I have nothing really in mind for drawing today. Like, of course there's things I should draw or things I could work on, but the curse. I feel like I've been kind of at like a weird crossroads where it's like, I don't know what direction I want to go in, right? Because, like, obviously I could do more work with being, like, you know, the ghost town in my own lore and working on that, but should I work on animation? Should I work on comics? I have that webcomic I need to update. And then I feel so bad because I keep seeing all these notifications flood in from my Tumblr and all the fan art I've done over there, and I haven't touched that in ages, so it's like, maybe I should do that. I could reopen commissions and get some money that way. I don't know. Always an interesting thing when you're like, all right, which direction should I be focused in? I simply do not know. When I was gone, most of what I was doing was just focusing on watching my own favorite creators and just trying to be there and supporting them, so. It's always like kind of interesting trying to decide where to spend your time. There's always so many like statements, especially like older people will talk about, you know, how time is the most valuable thing that you have. I don't know who I'm drawing right now. Based on how it kind of looks, I could make this be... I thought I was going to be drawing fan art, but who knows. I've been rereading also my favorite BL non-stop. Happy Shitty Life. So I've been kind of obsessed with Kasuya. So I could easily turn this into Kasuya. I think that's probably what I was thinking about subconsciously. I'm somebody that can't visualize in their head, so when I start drawing, it's literally just vibes. I mean, I can be like, oh yeah, I want something facing a 3/4 angle, and I want to look in that way, and I want to draw this person, but I don't really have an idea in my head of what I want it to be. Ear. Alright, that should be good. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more at the music. Oh, I'm sleepy. It's currently 2:36 a.m. I finally have been feeling pretty good though, so some of the reasons why I was like, you know, I'll stream. Alright, vector eraser, no. Let me go over to should probably set up my phone, that way I can see chat better. Also, should probably make a post update be like, I'm live. Actually, I'll do that in a second. Ugh. Alright. It's always interesting to me, like, how iffy notifications are. Like, people either get the notification and it's, like, fine, or people are like, nope, I never get them right. It seems like the more often you stream, the more likely they're gonna come through, okay? Alright, first I'll make a blue sky post, and then I will do a Twitter post. Live! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Drawing. Oh yeah, also, Art Fight is now open, where it's like, you can draw people's OCs and it, like, fight for your team. I was considering doing that too, but... I forgot to erase the message! If you copy the link to a Twitch post, it'll be like, watch Ghost Town Medi with me. And it's like, dude, you are Ghost Town Medi. What the fuck, dude? I should also work on a thumbnail for this when I upload it to YouTube. So much to freaking do. Crazy. Me getting distracted because there's beautiful Dark Souls fan art. All right. Live. Once again, drawing. Why didn't I just copy and paste that? Drawing. There you go. 4:08 for me, LOL. Oh, it's late. Hey, we can be up late together. You work the night shift, don't you? I'm trying to remember my lore. It's been so long, I gotta remember. The archives I have my head dedicated to, you guys. I gotta remember. In my head, there's a library dedicated to each one of my ghost towns, and I gotta find the Tiara book. I'll find it. I never use the Milli pen. I think it might just be pixels. Yeah, it's just pixels, harsh pixels. But honestly, I kind of like the roughness of it. So my friends think I'm fucking insane because, like, usually most artists have, like, stabilization on their brush. Wait, I still have it on. Turn that off. No, I'm just night out. Fuck, yeah. I like sleep. I rarely sleep at night. Usually if I have to do something in the morning, or like when I usually am asleep, I end up just like waking up or like not going to sleep at all. So I don't have to worry about waking up at the right time because I never slept. In fact, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I took my tortoise, my 59-year-old tortoise, into the vet because she's been having some snot bubbles, and I'm like, all right, that can be a sign of respiratory infection. So let's get her in, let's get her some antibiotics and get her treated. But it was like 10:40 a.m. I had to show up. I'm like, oh. So I didn't sleep. I just drank like a ton of caffeine. I drank a ton of green tea throughout the night, and I was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the move. It'll work well. Took her in, new vet. And everybody loved her. She's just a little old lady. I was so worried because like I've been wanting to take her in for a while because her like shell is getting a bit more chips and it like isn't looking that great, and there's some like dryness on her head. I'm like, oh god, what if it's like a fungal growth? But no, she's okay. Yeah, she's like a brown three-toed turtle. She's very cute. Love her very much. I'm fucking up his hair, dude. It's like a brush back hair. Not necessarily brush back hair, but it's like, it's long enough to brush it back, no problem. If you use product. So it shouldn't have like a spike up here. It should just be all the way up and then. Ugh. I feel like it's always really hard learning how to draw characters. especially like anime characters. I feel like I'm cursed. That's the thing is like I wanted to work a little bit on my own original stories because I have like several settings. Like my webcomic Witch of Mirrors takes place in it. And like Witch of Mirrors is a lot more of a simplified art style, like a bit more anime-ish. Of course, there's like weird creatures within it, but like especially when I was working on like another comic that's in the same setting, like I like to make it a lot more detailed than like simplified anime styles. My dad used to have a tortoise in our house for some reason. We didn't have it for long, but he kept its shell and tail weirdly. Interesting. Fascinating. Very peculiar. Yeah, my dad got this turtle when he was 12, and she was already a grown adult. So we don't actually know her full age, but I love her a lot. But she's healthy. She's taken care of. I like that your dad just like had one for a reason you don't know. It's like, yeah. Is your dad the type of person just to like pick things up and then it's just there for some reason? Apomia, her mom's that way, where like they'll have like too many pets and like she'll just like randomly pick them up. And usually they're like not treated well. Like she used to keep turtles because she found one. Which one, if you find one on the road, don't just fucking take it home, dude. Dude, don't do that. But, and then it died because she didn't know how to take care of it. And it's like, dude, what the hell? But I'm a very protective person over my little animals. I've been spoiling them a lot. I just got also the cats, like this really cute stainless steel little tub with like a cute little copper spout. Because my cat likes to drink out of the sink, but he keeps getting like kitty litter down the drain, which isn't good because our pipes keep clogging. I'm like, all right, you gotta stop this. So I got him like a little sink like fountain. He was very cute. Yep, he also kept some wild pigeons in our shower stall. Turned out bathroom into a makeshift pigeon pen? That's insane. Holy shit. That's a character. Your dad's literally a character. That's so beautiful. I love that. Now, obviously, don't do that, but at the same time, what a story. People like that are so fascinating to me because, like, they like animals, ? It's so interesting because it's like, you shouldn't be owning these animals, but there has to be, like, some positive reason why you want them in your life. It's so interesting. For me, I'm like, I have to do all the research imaginable, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that they're safe. And there's people like, I picked up this creature, and now it's gonna live in my bathroom stall for a bit. That's what I do with you guys. I just keep you guys in a makeshift pigeon pen of a shower stall. God, could you imagine? I said I was going to make more like Ghost Town like creature designs if you guys just want like little mascots, but then I never got around to it. There's so much I gotta do. Of course, everybody is free to make their own Ghost Town sonas. Cotton has this really cute sona. I think I still have screenshots of it from before I deleted the Discord server. Oh. Having Discord sucks. But also, I don't want to support that bullshit. Damn! Why is this looking good? What the fuck? Me drawing something on stream and it actually looks good? This is crazy. What is this expression? Usually looks stupid. I'm gonna leave that like that, maybe, for now. Usually has like a black tie. Twitter added this like function where there's now badge, like little blue blob notifications next to things, and I go on Twitter just to like check and see if things are there, and also like see artists and like certain news updates, especially for like media. And I hate this change because I keep getting a ton of notifications on my art account, which I don't use anymore. I don't upload anything there anymore, but it's just like new notifications that are like, ooh, you got a new message about commissions, and it's like, no. Leave me alone, please. So it's just stressful because I don't want to open any of them. My commissions are closed, please. I don't know, I'm in a real hermit part of my life. I should reopen up commissions though. I've been really liking spending money on my pets right now. So, you know, if I can afford more treats for my critters, then probably should open commissions. Maybe soon, you know. I still like my commission. My art quality gets worse though when I need to do commissions, which sucks. So much to do. He and I went to our local park reserve, sometimes with his buddies on hunts, snap traps, and slingshots. His buddies had air guns and stuff. Whoa. I once grew up with a kid who was obsessed with air guns. He was like 5 years. Cotton, you're awake? Hi. I once grew up with a kid who was like 5 years older than me who was obsessed with air guns, and now he's imprisoned for kidnapping a young girl. So I always have a negative association with air guns, but I think as long as they're safe and you aren't messing around with them, that's fine. Cut, you came in at a weird time, but hi! It's good to see you. We are doodling. I am drawing currently Katsuya Kyotaro from Happy Shitty Life because I'm thinking about him. That's the thing is, I don't mind hunting as long as you use all the animal. Slingshots. Slingshots are cool. I'm very glad he's in prison. He's smiling in his mugshot. I think I've talked about him before. Because he used to he taught me how to set up all sorts of traps and how to make pipe bombs and different other things. Oh yeah, I've definitely talked about it because his parents, I remember mentioning this where his parents were fostered him and would literally brag to people about how they were such good Christians because he was a crack baby that they took in and would not stop mentioning that. So that's one of the reasons he went off the rails. Yo. All right, I'm done with this. This is just a warm-up doodle. I've never used the Millie pen to sketch, but I'm really fucking with it. It's so good. It's just technically thick pixels, but I like it. Huh, brownie pounds for saving a human life. Yeah. They just lived off of having 2 fostered kids, which is crazy to me. Simply ain't right. But I feel like a lot of humans don't take another life all that seriously, and that's crazy. I see that a lot with pet owners in general though. I mean, as somebody who owns hamsters, holy crap. The standard for owning hamsters is literally mistreating them. It fucks up their spine to put them in hamster balls, you know? The plastic tubes are completely unhealthy. They need to actually burrow, you know what I mean? And so, pets and children never stood a chance. That's one of the reasons why it's important to just educate and be there for those you can. They really don't. For kids, I feel so many people are you're just supposed to have them. Yep. That's something that's just, it's really difficult when you're in such a society that pressures people to have kids because so many people aren't meant to have kids. And so many of my friends who have kids shouldn't have had kids. And I mean that with love in my heart, but so many of them were really young or they weren't with their partner long enough and then they ended up oof. Man, it's amazing. Even relationships in general are difficult to have, and usually kids are best, they need a lot of support. Even just 2 parents is rarely enough to take care of a kid. But then, finances is difficult, childcare is super expensive, and the amount of people who, abuse their kids, so much support, literally. And it's just heartbreaking to see so many kids in rough conditions. I don't know what I wanted to do with this. I literally started with this, Totoro-esque smile. And something too is I don't, it's really important because some people also have really strong, of course, biological pressure as well. you know, to have kids. And so it's important too to like acknowledge when you aren't at a place to have kids like that too. I don't know what I'm trying to do with this. The rest of the stream is just me drawing funny little eyes. I love kids. I'm very lucky to have had so many kids in my life. From my friends and little siblings of people I know, and being able to look after them and just make sure that they feel safe, because oof, this world sucks. I'm also glad to have so many pets in my life too. God, it made me so relieved to find out that my tortoise is doing okay. Little girl. She's maybe 59 years old, but she's just a little girl. I love animals. I really want a snake. That's one of the things is like, I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, I should keep living in this place because the people I live with like need the extra support because they're especially getting on in age. One of my housemates just turned 59, the other one's turning 60, so they're like, I need a lot more support, especially as their bodies start to get worse. But it's like, oh, I can't have a snake here, and I want a snake. But then, oh, housing prices. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I gotta erase that stupid smile. Do they dislike snakes? No, they like snakes, they just don't want a snake in the house. They're like, nope, I don't want a snake in the house. And I said, okay. Like, they're not religious or anything. They just said, I don't want a snake in the house. I think the main reason why is they don't want, like... Because I'll have to get, like, a mini fridge to keep, like, frozen mice in. And they're like, nope, I don't want that. I genuinely don't want that. And I said, okay. I want snake. I love reptiles. There's not really many animals I dislike, only seals and dogs. But even then, I understand the beauty in them. And it's not necessarily even a dislike, per se. I have a bad reaction to dog smell. I'm like mildly allergic to it. And then also dog owners are just usually not good at owning dogs. If I had to have a mini fridge filled with dead rats, I too would not want a snake. I feel like that just makes it more exciting though. But that's like the sick freak serial killer mindset I have, where it's like, yes, a freezer full of dead things. That sounds great. But I have literally a giant box of like animal skulls and bones on my bookcase right now. So. Man, I'm jamming the fuck out. I love this track. Animal skulls and bones. Hehe. I also collect fox faces, but there's a indigenous reason for it. One of my friends, see, this is another, I always feel bad because some people will be friends with me like, oh my gosh, Medi is so cool, and then they find out something about me. It's like, oh. And like the fact that I have like fox faces have freaked out so many people. How does one collect the face of a fox? It's dead, and then you skin it for its pelt, and then you collect its face. I've been trying to keep amicably with my local crows. Threw them some cooked rice a few times. Yes, yes. Yes, Tiara. Out here, my roommate, he's obsessed with feeding the crows, and they're getting really close and like super friendly. But he was eating peanut butter crackers, and they like hopped up. They're like, ooh, that looks good, and he fed them. I don't recommend doing this because it's full of like so much shit that a crow shouldn't eat. But he gave him some, and now he always has peanut butter crackers on hand to give to the crows. And it's just like so funny seeing this, like my housemate just out there like sitting on our deck, just like smoking from his pipe and then tossing some like peanut butter crackers. Oh my, the crows want a little snack. They do. Did I tell you a pair of pigeon wings? Ooh, that's awesome. No, you didn't. That's badass. I like collecting animal parts. I don't know how to say. Or taxidermy art as well. Like I have earrings. I have a ton of earrings that have like different animal teeth in them and different bones. But one of the people I've known for a long time, she's like big into vulture culture, where like you pick up roadkill you find, and like she has like a farm full of like a ton of different animals that she takes care of with like her husband and like her staff. And she has like a cool like art shop that is like full of like really cool like taxidermy art. And so I have some earrings from her that like have like she found a dead garter snake on her property, and so she had like these snake vertebrae that I now have like in earrings, which are really cool. That's the thing, is like living not completely separated by nature is so awesome. I find it already cleaned up pretty good by ants and such, I presumed, on my university campus near my dorm. Hell yeah! Fuck yeah. I love pigeons. They're so cute. I'd love to have some wings. That's the thing, is the best way if you ever find like a roadkill or like a dead animal out and about. Welcome, Heyman! Good to see you. Welcome back to life. Nah, I'm still a ghost, but I'm here. All the decomposers of the world, yeah. Like you can get like Nubia roaches and like other bug, like a bin of them, and that can help clean. I've always wanted to get Nubia roaches, but I've also really wanted to get, I've always wanted a tarantula, and Nubia roaches are really good for feeding tarantulas. And then you also can feed them like things like squash, and then you toss them in, and then they get eaten up by the tarantula. I love tarantulas. I love most animals. I want snake and I want tarantula. But I think I'd start crying and bawling my eyes out if my tarantula died. So I can't. Because I've never really taken care of anything like a tarantula, so that makes me nervous. Like I could take care of a snake, because I've taken care of like a tortoise, and I understand I've had friends who've taken care of snakes, but tarantulas are kind of... Ooh! Thank you for the sub! For the 3-month sub. Crazy. Iron the remaining tendons with hot water. Surprisingly, no smell. Fuck, yeah. Good move, good move. Bagel plus cooked spinach plus avocado sandwich makes me so full. I'm so happy. That sounds good. It sounds so yummy. I've been stressed out, and so I've only been eating string cheese for like the past few weeks. And I just ran off string cheese. So I actually, my housemate made this really nice platter of shepherd's pie, so I finally ate something that wasn't string cheese. But I don't know, I was in like a weird state where I was like, I can only eat string cheese or I'm gonna throw up. That's the beauty of being unmedicated, bipolar, and also a little tism. What you've been up to, Medi? It's been a while. Oh, freaking the fuck out. What's it like living only on string cheese? Weird. One of our cats likes to harass me because it also wants the string cheese. I take a multivitamin every day, so that helps. And I've been drinking smoothies, so I don't like, obviously, like things that have like more nutrients in it, because I'm not so reckless to understand, but it is like, it's weird. But I've been like kind of stuck in a manic state for the past while. What I've been up to, I've been mostly watching my like Oshis. Like, because they've been going through something, the group that I really like to follow. So I've been supporting them and being a fan. I've been mostly on my fan account. And then I've been having like nervous breakdowns and like big sickness episodes. Because it's common knowledge, cats love string cheese. No, it's not. This is such a weird cat. Well, it's because like when I peel it, right, it's a thin string. And he's like, I need to play with thin string. And then he eats it and he's like, yummy milk, but it's solid. None of my other cats like it though. But he was really cute. He just put his paw on my arm and he's like, give me. And I said no. Then he backed off. I have so many doctor bills now. I had to go to the ER twice and also have to get my wisdom teeth removed. Oh, Jesus. ER twice? I hope you're okay, Heyman. God, doctor bills suck. I'm very, yeah. Cat paws are always so soft, I know. If I didn't have my cat's paws to squish, I think I'd be a lot worse off. I got stabbed. Jesus. Was it? I know that Did it had anything related to your, like, coworkers, or was it just, like, a random incident? Because I know that you had gotten into that big fight with your coworkers, which got physical. Yeah? You know how Atlanta it happens? Oh, so did it just happen? So it was just a random occurrence? Not just Atlanta, yeah. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, that unfortunately does just be Atlanta. I hope you've been making progress saving up so you can escape the South. Or at least, even if you stay in the South, find somewhere better for you that's safer and you can be more comfortable. If I had a nickel for every time somebody on a Medi stream got stabbed, I have 2 nickels, but it's terrible. It's happened twice. Yeah. I don't remember what name he's going by now, but Mr. Jester, Mr. Crazy. That was, oh my god, that was so insane when he came in. He was like, yeah, I was just stabbed. And then he was like talking to his friend about the court proceedings. Oh my god. I'm laughing, not because I'm not taking it lightly. No, it's actually terrifying and it's scary, and I'm so glad you're safe, Heyman. I just, the absurdity and of how many times, yeah, insane on God. Like, it's just, oh my god, like, I feel so bad for getting stabbed. I'm glad you're safe, though. I'm glad it didn't hit anywhere too important, and I'm glad that you're able to. Oof. I hope your doctor bills aren't too much, but we live in America, so oof. It was like a couple weeks ago. I don't exactly care. It's not the first time. I really hope that Heyman stops getting stabbed. Hey, Life, can we change the notes of whoever's writing the script so that Heyman stop getting stabbed? Yeah, but I gotta be careful because many hunters are not safe. Higher rates. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought of, like, what if there's a demographic on Twitch that, like, mentioned how... You know how it's like, oh, how many of your viewers are, like, female? How many of your viewers are, like, non-binary? Like, how many of your viewers are, like, all these things? It's like, how many of your viewers have gotten stabbed? And I shouldn't laugh about that. It's better than getting shot. That's true. That's true. That's true. It really is. When I was living with... back in, like, September, I was sleeping on my friend's floor for a while because I was going through a lot. And the area that they lived in wasn't the best place, and they like live in this apartment across from this library, and like a ton of people would like camp out by the library at night. And we at some point just we got like an app and like a way to listen on to the police radio, because there was almost always police at night going to the library because somebody got stabbed. And so I've watched like stabbings happen in real time, like even beyond that, but it's like, oh man. I'm glad you're safe though. I'm glad that you're okay and they didn't hit anything too vital. Oof. Also, you're fine to laugh. I've been joking about how random it is, and also me and my friends laugh about being classical Lancet and laughing. Hell yeah. Why do people gotta be so violent, Jesus? I mean, that's the thing though, is right now we're in a really rough time, right? Like, people can't afford their groceries or medication, and can't, like, even their job isn't paying them well. Mental health illness and insecurity complexes are really high because of social media pushing all these things, inadequacies, right? You know. So especially when there is also a lot of wealth disparity and it feels like they can't get anywhere in life, it's more likely for people to act out violently. And then of course, mixed with gang culture, that doesn't help either. That's ebot. I like the spacebetween.com. They're like, I'm gonna try and get around this. I'm glad that this bot has like a haunt in it. OMG, thanks bot. Huh, wow. All right. Enough. You are freaking banned, dude. God, you are banished from the ghost town. Wow, I needed the free promotion. There is a tweet I did a long while ago where it's like me when I don't promote myself ever and I keep working on projects that I never post anywhere, and it's like it's the picture of Sean Bean on the set of Lord of the Rings wearing shades, but he's still in like the Boromir fit, and it says "I care not." And I think about that a lot whenever I see like people being like, "Wow, like why don't you have more numbers? Why don't you like promo or anything to do with that?" And it's just like Sean Bean, "I care not." It's not about the fame or the fortune or the promotion. It's about me doing shit and being like, tosses it up. You guys like this? It was really weird too. Like he stabbed me where everyone knew I would be fine. And he didn't take anything. He just randomly stabbed and walked away. I assumed it was a gang initiation. Oh, yeah. Just like a casual, they just walked up to you and just quick stabbed and like, all right. That's so weird. One of my favorite streamers, Randon Nuring, he has a story about when he got stabbed. And I think about it a lot because he woke up and he was stabbed and he had gotten really drunk. And he's like, I don't know why. Like, they just stabbed me and left me like he had everything on him. Like, it's not all that uncommon to just be stabbed and then still, like... But, like, it was at a place that was, like, fine, too. Huh. I wonder why that happens. Yeah, gang initiation would seems like it would be... Probably be what it is. That's the thing is like, yeah, I mean, there's like, I like weapons, like knives and swords and stuff. So I feel like if I got stabbed, the main thing I'd be like, all right, but was it cool? Was it a cool knife? You know? Was it a cool blade? Honestly, I would rather somebody fight me to death with a cool sword though. But I like swords. This is like the same fucking pose. What am I doing? I'm not even thinking while I'm drawing. There's a reason a lot of the time, at least from what I know. Hell yeah. I don't know why I said hell yeah, probably because I'm jamming out to the song. Gang initiation being stabbing someone is crazy. Well, that's the reason why it's so intense. I mean, it's better than it being like a drive-by shooting. God, I don't know why any people who do that are fucking cowards. And evil and so fucked. OMG, it looks like it'll be one of those visuals where you put two mirrors next to each other. Hell yeah. I've seen drive-by happen and we know it was a gang initiative. I'm so tired of gang activity. But I've lost so many peers to gang violence and it's like, dude. Oh. I'm tired of it. Stop hurting people for no fucking reason. You're the one who's just fucking yourself, dude. Maybe if they listen to Gangsta's Paradise and they really listen to the lyrics, they'll realize how stupid they're being. Oh, stupid and dumb. It's stupid. That's so true, Cotton. Alright, I gotta draw something else. I say as if I did not immediately just think about drawing Kazuya. Wait, what is his full name? I want to say it's Kyotaro, but I think there's another character whose name is that. I think it's Kazuya. I love Happy Shitty Life so fucking much. I mean, when I just draw his counterpart, Kazuya, where it's literally him, but if he had dark hair. It's so interesting to me. I've been like taking a big break from friends in general. Like I still text a few people, mostly me texting my friend Zave, trying to bully him to play Zenatu next. And then also Sola a bit, but he's usually like, good morning, and I say good morning. And that's friendship. Funny, me and Sprite just brought you up a couple days ago. Oh, really? People talk about me even when I'm gone? I'm in the void? me when I'm in the void. That makes me happy. Just that you guys are talking shit. You guys are like, actually, fuck Medi. Fuck them. I hope they're... I don't even know what I was gonna say, but the idea of me going on a tangent. I don't know why I'm in such a giggly mood. Friendship is just thinking about someone every once in a while. This is so true. Pretty handwriting, thank you. I have to really try hard not to write shit that looks bad. I struggle with people who, like, being friends with people who need a lot of attention or going out to do something, because I'm like, I'm going to stay in my house and I'm going to proceed to watch this one VTuber on loop and think about dumb shit, and yeah. And then they're like, hey, like, I got a text the other day where one of my friends was like, hey, do you want to go swimming? And I'm like, no. Believe it or not, I've almost drowned, so hydrophobia. Many times. And they're like, hey, you want to go to this new sushi place? And I said, no. I want to see the fucking Backrooms movie. And I was like, should I get a friend? And I'm like, actually, I kind of just want to go by myself. I can't do it. I can't. I tried during my first year of college, and I think I broke myself permanently. About friendship? Yeah. Genuinely, being friends with people is just so much work. Leave me alone. Let me just do my own thing. And it's not that I'm against people, right? I love humans, obviously. Like, I love all of you guys. But it is like, it's so stressful. Being social and going out and stuff, like, I enjoy, but I get so tired. Yeah, I'm at a hermit point in my life. Like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to go. Like, if I go out, I just want to do it by myself. So, like, it's amazing how much, like, because you have to think about, like, like, who these people are, what their interests are, what is the timing of the conversation, what, like, look out for them. Oh, wait, like, you have to get all the timing right. It's like constantly playing a rhythm game at max difficulty, and then everything you do is going to affect you and this person's relationship forever. It's like, oh god. Oh god. Dear god. Yeah, but I've had a lot of time. But I've also, like, when I was on break, I was mostly just being a fan. Oh, and just, like, talking to other fans. And it's nice when you just have, like, an interest with somebody and you're like, hey, this thing? And they're like, yeah, this thing. I'm like, yeah. And then you can just fuck off. Whenever. We were finding a raid, and then I brought you up. You know, Medi hasn't been live in a while. I wonder what they've been living. Yeah. Are you playing enough times? Do you remember their name? Recall the story about them. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Mm-hmm. Oh, nightmare. I don't know what I'm like, I need to draw fan art. There's this one character has given me the most success on my art account that I haven't drawn in ages. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare! Literally. That's something too, is especially, like, a lot of my friends that I used to have, we don't have, like, anything in common anymore. What character? Opera from Marimashita Iromagan, who's recently, in the most recent update, been really freaking cool. Now, if I remember her name, we friends now. That's the thing, is, like, I don't understand. Friendships are a lot. I never remember names. Whoa. I have to write everything down. Anything that I struggle to remember, I write down. Like, I have a whole notes tab full of people's birthdays. Because my memory isn't always the greatest, so I have to write things down. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know, like, it's difficult because so many of my, especially my older friends, like, we don't really have much in common anymore. That's okay. I still consider them my friends, but it's like, especially when they want to hang out and do something, it's like, I don't know. Took me a whole semester to remember the names of my D&D group. Yeah, I feel like that. I usually write notes. Nah, I don't. I just go, wow, really, dude? That's so cool, bro. Hell yeah. Notes are so good. They are. Like, especially, like, for instance, when I get introduced to somebody, like for instance, in my D&D group when they mentioned adding like my long-term friend, Murray, like their partner was going to be introduced, I wrote all the notes imaginable on him so I couldn't forget. Went to a garage sale in the next town over, 1 hour walk away, and gushed over their 2009 HP Pavilion multimedia PC. I was very eager to offer to buy it, monitor and all, until I found out it only supports 8 gigabytes of DDR2 Max. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. It's always cool when you find cool finds at garage sales, though. Hey, this time you didn't get lucky, but next time, maybe. I used to love going to garage sales. A lot of the paintbrushes that I have actually came from a garage sale I had, which was really a barn sale that I went to. That was like out in the middle of nowhere. And it was like in this old ramshackle barn that was full of old circus equipment. Just a year younger than me, LOL. Oh. Wait, a year younger than you? 2009? 2008, so Tiara was born in 2008. Cool. Still run Windows Vista SP1, hell yeah. Man, I'm trying to think. I had back in 2009, I had a Dell laptop. It was like built like a brick. And it was gray and silver. When did we stop using that? I think it was like 2012, 2013, then we got an HP. I don't remember what type of computer that was. I miss old computers, though. I love Windows Vista, though. I have such a nostalgia for it. Fuck Windows, yeah. Microsoft in general, evil. I was thinking today, especially because I have so much, like, bloat going on with my computer that it, like, makes things difficult to run, like, a lot of things. And it's like, dude, it shouldn't be this difficult. Whenever this computer, like, actually dies or, like, really, really gets to a point that it's not really that usable, I definitely want to switch over to using Linux. God, wait, me too! Dell laptop silver! It hated existing! Oh, this is true. Wait, 2 years younger than me. Got confused with the retro PC I'm trying to build. LMAO. Hell yeah. We also had this really big, thick, chunky computer that was... when did we get that? That was sometimes in the 90s? And I remember I used to watch the person I was living with play Morrowind on it. And I used to play a little bit of it, but I didn't. I wasn't a PC gamer. I didn't want to play PC games back in the early 2000s. I don't really like this drawing, but whatever. I'm just doodling. Feels like just like a form of stimming to go like, hee hee, I'm making lines. Maybe I should give them a tie. I kind of don't like their clavicle being exposed. Cover up. It's okay because I like it, and that's what's important. Oh, thank you. I definitely want to do more art streams. I have like 5 million games I need to play. Like I want to play more Tainted Grail, and I need to play Pillars of Eternity, and I need to play more Dredge, and I need to play more Vintage Story. And I'm also like, what if I draw? There's games I've been playing off stream, but I can't think of any right now. I've been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life. But what about a little doodle here and there? I love doodling. I love drawing. I like doing art streams. But also art streams kind of scare me because I have a really high chance compared to other streams of people like finding and following me. And I'm always so nervous. I'm like, oh God. People are gonna come into my stream and watch me. As if that isn't the whole point. There's like a part of me that's like weirdly nervous about like getting success. Like I love chatting with people and I love seeing new Ghost Town residents, but there's a part of me that's like, oh God, It's gross. Ominous. This bow is way too freaking big. That's okay. I need to update my intro so people can be aware. I've been playing Persona 4 recently with my friends. Usually I don't like playing games really, but it's 10 times better if my friends are with me. Hell yeah. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. I've never played a Persona game, but I really like Shin Megami Tensei, which Altus also did. Is it Atlas or Altus? The game company that worked on. Yeah, but I like Shin Megami Tensei a lot. I never did finish. Oh god, I gotta. Oh. I never played a Persona game either until recently. Hell yeah. I remember back in like 2019, I used to be on like Instagram, and I used to have some internet friends on Instagram that were like part of like, they were like, oh, I kin this character. Oh, I kin this character. If you kin a character, that's fine. But it eventually got to this point where I was like witnessing, I was never really into that, but I was witnessing brawls over people like who would kin like one of the Persona protagonists, Joker, and it was just like a brutal bloodbath. And it's like, dude, none of you are like it's not that serious. I swear to God. Internet friends, they say, with /negative. Yeah. First time chatter, insta banned, then saying, sorry, I can't get too follow. Literally. God, that'd be so fucked up. And I'm always happy to see new people, but I'm always like, oh god. That's the thing, is like, I'm always worried though about me being like a negative person for them to be around, because I'm definitely not a streamer for everybody. And so it's like, they're gonna come in and they're gonna see my art and be like, wow, that's cool. And then they're gonna hear me go on one of my huge BL spews, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? I did not sign up for this person to be a fucking freak. Somebody's like, oh, they've been drawing this character Kazuya Kyotaro from Happy Shitty Life. Let me check out the series. And they read it like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with this person? I disassembled my mom's old Dell Inspiron laptop, and it took its DVD SD drive to use with my DVD RAM disk. Very beautiful technology. You could try drawing it. Oh, I think I'd die. I suck at drawing technology. Oh, thank you for gifting Cotton. I totally forget that I have ads. I got scared because I kept getting emails every time, like after a month was done, where it's like, here's your income from Twitch. I'm like, what do you mean I made money? It's like, it is crazy to know that I do actually make ad revenue and like all these sort of things, and you guys actually do give money to give me gifts. I'm like weirdly like disassociated from the fact that more ads. Oh god. I think I have it at like the bare minimum. Don't worry, get that bag ready. Oh, scary. Honestly, forgotten me and Cotton sub so early. Yeah. I think I literally got monetization unlocked in November. But I've gone on so many hiatuses since then, and then also I'm like, hee, I'm playing game. I'm talking about thing. I'm talking about thing and I'm playing game. I should have focused on the face. This face is not right. Usually I like doing the face first and then expanding the body. I could never work with a team of artists because the way I go about art is not good for like production. Oh fuck, how do I draw, bro? No, I feel like you'd be a really good concept artist. I wonder. I hope so. There's a part of me where I wanted to. Also, the person on my walls doesn't deserve ad. Want a break from the ads? Is that Spotify that has that want a break from the ads? Oh god. Or is that SoundCloud? Want a break from the ads? Oh god. Nightmare. I hate ads. I keep ads on for YouTube because, or like I have ad blocker on, but it doesn't always block. I don't know. It can make quality art really fast. I feel like that'd be important for cops to perhaps. Well, it matters what game it is, right? Because I used to be a part of a game club, and I used to actually be a concept artist for it. And that's the thing is, I understand the limitations of games and like design well enough, but at the same time, like there's so much about concept art that it matters what type of game, right? Like if it was a game, if it was a very stylized game, it could be okay. I like these fuck ass eyes I just drew. But like so much of what you need to like convey in concept art is like light and shading and luminescence and all these things, and I hate coloring. DVD RAM has an exquisite iridescent pattern. Same as my magneto-optical disc. Consider a peek at them. Hell yeah. I'll have to check them out at some point. Iridescence is pretty freaking cool. PIs, lol. It looks so little. I don't like this doodle. It's been too long. I still love your art style. Thank you. I'm definitely specialized mostly for comics. I'm okay with. I really don't like doing colors, and comics is a good way. Like but even then, like I actually pulled this up in advance because I was working on a comic, right? Same setting, not the same story, but like this is like in the past from like The Witch of Mirrors. And like you can see I gave up on it. Like I could have just continued this. But yeah. I don't know if I'll continue it. But this is technically the main character of The Witch of Mirrors, like 8. This is his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Ever since I was really little, I have always loved comics and I always wanted to be a comic artist, but now that I'm an adult, I've been like, actually, I don't want to have art as a living. It can just be a hobby. I'm debating finishing my book. You should finish it. Oh, actually, it's up to you. I have so many unfinished things, and some of my like series will never see the light of day. I made some progress, but originally snapped. Whatever you want to do, dude. If you want to keep working on it, keep working on it. If you feel like it's best unfinished, that's cool too. Sometimes it's an awesome stylistic choice to never finish something. I say as if I don't constantly run away from finishing all of my projects. I like. That opera is so cute. They're an anime character that's canonically non-binary, which is badass. Winds of Winter, cough cough, fuck yeah. I struggle so hard to finish. I simply go, I don't think I will finish it. My issue is I'm kind of stopping writing in general. Same thing with reading. It's just kind of been bedwetting or working my ass off. Hey, take it easy, man. No reason to stress yourself out, especially if it's something optional, you know? Sometimes you need to take like several years and not work on something, and then you come back and you're better than ever and you finally have the vision. So I haven't been doing anything really. It's good. Sometimes not doing anything is like the best way to heal. Especially when you're stressed out and like life is fucking you in the ass. It's nice to take a break. I love my non-binaries. At that one character from Comedy Can't Communicate. Yeah! It's definitely not optional, it's jobs. Yeah, well, I mean, with like, obviously working, right? That's important, right? But if you don't have an editor and you don't have like a team pushing you to write, then don't, right? Take it easy. Sometimes you get back from work and you lay down and then you get up and you go to work, and that's okay. It feels like every time I burn out and take a long breaks, I come back strong, stronger, and better. That's one of the reasons why like I try and put a lot of emphasis on like, I'm a casual streamer, because it is like, especially because I am very sickly and my brain is mildly insane. It's like important for me to take a lot of breaks because I will just go freaking crazy. So, and I usually like get better once I get back to it. Yeah, like a muscle. Yeah. Yeah. I started saying yeah a lot. It's my curse I must carry now. So I think of doing something maybe stupid. Don't put yourself at risk. If it's quitting your job or moving away, that could be good. Yeah, like Ariana, yeah. Yeah. It's not specifically because of Ariana Grande, but I watched this one streamer, Crimson Ruse, who got it as like a verbal tick from that one interview with Ariana Grande. It got popular, and then now it's cursed me because he won't stop saying it. You know, like that one Shark Camp puppet meme? Hell yeah. Yo. The curse. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. It's quitting my job, then maybe joining the Coast Guard. I mean, think it through. Take some time. That might be a great way for you to go. Like, that's the thing, is you're the captain of your own life. Maybe there's a better job in the Coast Guard out there. Fire department. Well, man, fire department's pretty good. I mean, you're definitely gonna get traumatized, and there's a lot of incidents you're gonna have to come face, but I mean, I have a lot of family that are firefighters, and I have such a huge respect for it. Also, as a gay man, I also have a level of respect for firefighters, which is also very real, specifically within that context. But whatever feels right. This job that you're in, your coworkers treat you like shit, all these problems, you know, it's something that, like, especially being a firefighter, it will make the world better. Being a Coast Guard won't make the world better. But being a firefighter will actually help. Do you go through training? Yeah. They have a whole training thing, and like you have to pay for your own training. Way too many missing limbs and dead people that I've seen. Yeah. That's the thing, is like, if it's like important to just know what your limits are. But I mean, yeah, I definitely, I'm against the Coast Guard in a lot of ways. I'm somebody, well, that's the thing, is like right now a lot of our Coast Guard, like the things we're doing with Cuba is super fucked up. I hate the American military and government, and Coast Guard, you know, isn't helping in a lot of ways. It's actually making things a lot worse. So I'm not necessarily for that. Of course, if you decide it's a great place for you to be, then I support you in that, right? Firefighting, I always support. I mean, they are so essential. And, you know, it's not that part of the Coast Guard. That's good. So it's just up to you, you know. I don't think necessarily it is something stupid. I mean, your job right now is rude as fucking evil to you. So I think genuinely, if it makes you happier, I'd join the helicopter rescue side. Oh, that's so cool. Why gay people and firefighters? You have to ask that? Firefighters is gay as fuck. You literally have to live in the station with other super shredded, but not like there's literally gay firefighting magazines that are like well known. Like, it's not, there is so much, like, that's the thing, is like, even though like firefighters in general are oftentimes a lot more like on the right side of the right-wing side of politics, they like, it's the same reason why like the Republican National Convention, like Grindr, like blows the fuck up whenever it happens. I always thought they had something free about them. I'm glad that it's confirmed. Yeah. In fact, one of my cousins who's a firefighter is closeted gay, and he wanted to talk to me because I'm like the only gay like person, and like my aunt was like mentioning he's like, because she was really worried that he was gay and struggling with it. But like, it's clear that like other people at the station were also gay, but they were just quiet about it. Anyways. I don't know what I'm drawing. Yeah, firefighting is always important. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes it just feels nice to draw. Of the idea of someone or anyone having a heart attack or something deadly, and running in a copter to go save them from the ocean, take them to hospital. That's badass. Genuinely, helicopters are cool as fuck. It's the first thing I think of when I think of helicopters is I think of Grand Theft Auto and like GTA like roleplay servers, and there's this one. Oh my god. Oh god, there's so many comedic ass helicopter crashes in them. I love it. Not that I'm like in a fictional setting, I think it's funny. It's gonna be gay, dear firefighters. No one should respect them any less unless they're willing to burn their own house. No one should disrespect them. Oh my god. I understand. What if I draw myself? I don't have eyeballs. That's not my shape is. Wait, no. English. I have been working a little bit on like the lore, my lore and my story. And I was reading through a ton of old medieval manuscripts, archives, and I found this one like script where it's like actual old medieval music, and it has like the actual music transcript. It's very good. The rescue and fighting side of the Coast Guard are very different. That's true. That's the thing is, if you're saving lives, then that's good. It's just general Coast Guard that I don't fuck with. Yeah, if you're saving lives, it's cool. And I believe the rescue side is something very important, can save plenty of people and impact lives in a good way. That's true. You are true on that. Yeah, I don't think you're doing anything stupid. Of course, sleep it over, think about it. But if that's what you decide to do, then hell yeah. You are the captain of your own life. Wherever you decide to go. Just best of luck to you. And, I mean, your current working conditions suck. Staying where you are in life seems like the most unwise choice. Off topic, I wonder what it's like to being a private jet pilot. Like, how do you even get that job, I wonder? There's just so many jobs in the world, I'm like, how? But I like the idea to help others and I just the idea of being on the coast. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good, like, it's like, you know, wanting to be a firefighter, but then you get to be on the coast. Whatever makes you happy, dude. You know yourself. You know what your limits are. You're a grown adult. Whatever you decide, dude. I believe in you. Jet pilots, eh? Definitely you have to have pilot training. And then it'd probably be ideal if you knew somebody, right? Water firefighter. Pretty much what he's doing. Coast Guard is just water firefighter. I look kind of nervous. I want like to make a new outfit for myself, but I don't know. Most are just retired pilots. Interesting. When I was younger, I used to want every job. But now that I'm sickly, I can have no job. What in the world is a medieval beekeeper music group? Yes, 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 yes! It's Tabernis. And I love them, and they're fucking amazing, and they make incredible music, and it's so fucking badass. God, Tabernis fucking medieval beekeeping music is fucking, it's so good. It is, I genuinely would love to see them live. I want to travel and go to see them live, honestly. Same thing with cops and private security, but with planes, jets. Oh. Medi, I gotta hook you up on Tabernis. Yeah! I haven't seen Faria Faraji, but I'll have to check it out. Yeah, but I love Tabernis. They're good. Well, let me write that down. The other one. Faria Faraji. Oh yeah, I never finished. I was reading medieval manuscripts, and I was coming across different music within it because it like had old... And I ended up finding this old French song called La Péronelle, and holy fuck. Certified banger. So many good covers of it. Faria Faraji. Might be butchering that. I love history. Certified banger. One of the things I love is even French people now say banger. C'est un bon cher. That is a banger. And sometimes they either say bon cher or they say bon guerre. C'est un bon guerre. It's like, yes, 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 yes. But sometimes I like to say it if in an American accent. C'est un banger. I've been thinking about dusting off my French and then going to France. I want to travel, but every place in the world is like kind of hell right now. And that's really getting me uncertain. Get that hair off your eyes, dude. I really want to go to China and go to like some of these old tea places. But I also want to know, I'll have to learn. Oh, see. Yeah. Should probably go before it gets worse. Yeah. That's the thing is like, the UK isn't really pushing down on like visas and like people traveling in, and it's like, I wanted to go to visit somebody, but now I'm like, I don't know, dude. And then of course the American borders are like, not allowed in. But it's fucked up. Turns out we had past lives in this world is our real hell. No. Okay. I do believe in past lives in reincarnation because I do actually have past life memories. Whether you believe that's real or not, whatever. You know, it's up to you. I think that spirituality is its own thing. But it is like... This life is still so beautiful. I mean, and we're like humans, right? So like, it could be a lot worse in so many other situations. Like, for instance, that ant last night where I crushed its abdomen and I just, like, watched it alive, like, run around. That, like, life could be so much worse. Life could be so much worse. Hang on, I've been to the tomb of Qin Shi Huang. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's cool. Wonderful complex. Hell yeah. It's so cool. American borders being nothing but American borders. Ooh. That's the thing is, right now, well, life has always been shit. And that helps. That's one of the reasons I like history, is you get to learn about so many things that are worse. And also so many things that are cool. I've been thinking a lot about how much I would thrive in a... Like, I'm useless in a current day society. But actually in the past, I would have been pretty good because I can embroider, I can hem clothing, I can do all these things, but they're no longer valued in this day and age. Like, I can spin wool and, like, embroider and do things. Like, I'd be badass. I'm better for a medieval environment or, like, a tribal environment than I am in, modern day society. Actually, even going back to like the Victorian era, I still would be a lot more useful. It's like a way to also like remember that like so much of like the worth that society has for you is not actually like your ancestors would not give a fuck about that shit. Reminds you of the reincarnation where if you're good, you evolve into something hard, but if you're shitty, you go down level. Yeah. I do believe that's how most Buddhists view it. The tomb of the first Chinese emperor. A large portion is unexcavated due to the hella mercury saturated place. Hell yeah, because of Cinnabar. Cinnabar is where we actually find most of our mercury, but it's this beautiful red stone that was highly valued in ancient China. And so a ton of people were being poisoned while doing these carvings, and so many of these like ancient places are really poisonous with mercury because of it. I've always fantasized about dying from mercury poisoning, but that's like a big thing of the Mad Hatter. I used to be really into like Alice in Wonderland. And so like that's like one of the reasons the Mad Hatter is a Mad Hatter is because of mercury being commonly found in hats. Or used to be. Disclaimer. Oh my dear ancient people, please stop working with Cinnabar. But okay, I mean Cinnabar is gorgeous. If I could reincarnate backwards in time, I want to be a person who can work with Cinnabar. And then we went and did our stuff with asbestos. Well, I mean, lead is another one. Mess around with lead and asbestos and Cinnabar and all sorts of things. Silly human, you're poisoning yourself. Me when I see somebody on one of those carnivore diets where they're eating raw meat. Haha, silly human, you're poisoning yourself. It's so funny. I can't even imagine. God. But I get sick so easily from everything, like I can't fuck around. Like I don't even eat raw sushi, I can't risk it. But like, especially when you cook with like fish, you see the parasites. Like you literally see white worms in your salmon and you go, yeah, I'm never eating fish raw because as you'd expect, if it comes from the wild, there's gonna be parasites. Where I'm working on poisoning yourself, I believe that. Working in a factory fucks you up. Yeah, Heyman, join the Coast Guard, become a fire department guy. I've had chemicals under my mouth. Oh, I believe it. We gotta get you out of there, dude. Yeah, I think you're in desperate need of a job shift and also to ideally leave the area that you're in. Like you said, you want to you'd love to work at the coast. Chase that dream, dude. You got it. I believe in you. It don't taste good, by the way. Damn. Next time I go to the factory, I gotta stop drinking the chemicals. It doesn't taste good. I like this weird fucking expression I have. What's up with that? Me, my sharp and thin little teeth. For some reason, whenever I'm working on my model, I really can get the mouth to have like sharp, thin teeth. A smell, you'll wake right up. Hell yeah. I've always wanted a vial of sniffing salts. I forget what chemical is used in those. But whenever people would have fainting spells in the Victorian age, they would always have like smelling salts on them, so it would wake them up really fast. They used to be on chatelaines, which is like a cool little thing that goes on your waist and like has all these danglies and it'll have like keys and scissors and such, and it's honestly cool as fuck, and we need to bring that back. Bring that back into fast food. Ball crushing facility, workplace. So true. I'm too tired, I'll pop in my machine, take a smell, and it's like caffeine. Well, that's one way to wake up. A little dose of chemicals. A little dose of chemicals will agree. I mean, hey, Man's a grown-ass man. If he wants to poison himself a little bit with chemicals, he can have some as a treat. I mean, when I start working with Cinnabar and I'm like, and he's a grown-ass man. They can have a little bit of mercury poisoning as a treat. I've definitely become a lot more of that mindset of like, you know what? I'll leave them to their own devices. Like I will like if somebody like wants to be a part of my life, I will be like, hey dude, that's not okay. You cannot be sniffing chemicals and act in this way, right? Like with friends. But most of the time though, if it like isn't affecting me or them in like a big way, I'm like, you know what? Why the fuck not? You're a grown-ass adult who can make their own decisions. It's like a little dot on my screen that keeps moving. It's like I'm hallucinating it. Oh. Fuck-ass expression. That just hurt like a bitch? What did? Sniffing chemicals? I have a weird habit. Like, what hurt? Are you okay? Do you reopen your wounds? Wait, how far along has your stab wounds gone along? Like, are they pretty well healed? Up. I don't know what I'm drawing. I want to draw more Kasuya Kyotaro, but I gotta stop. I slammed a metal sliding door on my finger. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh. Oh. What? It's insane how much. If you slam your finger or one of your fingers or one of your toes into something, it hurts so fucking bad. Sealing salts are largely ammonia-based and have an extensive history in use in alchemy. That is true. Tiara, you also study hermetic alchemy as a treat? When I dropped out of high school, that's what I did. I immediately started researching hermetic alchemy because I was really obsessed with cultural anthropology, and because hermetic alchemy is such a cool fusion and combination of so many different spiritualities, belief, and like history, that I thought it was a great way to enter into like really delving into cultural anthropology and spiritual anthropology. I had to hold back a noise so fucking badly. I would have made a cartoon-ass Looney Tunes. Ouch! That'd been me. Everybody would have known exactly what happened. I immediately folded. God, yeah, that shit hurts. I love alchemy. I've been thinking a lot actually about what's it called? Fullmetal Alchemist. Because I've been wanting to change my phone case, and for like the 2010s, I had the fire alchemy symbol from Fullmetal Alchemist as my phone case. But then I got a new phone and it wasn't available anymore. And I've been like, should I just get a new phone case that's like, and just paint it myself? You're such a nerd. Hee. You betcha. I have this constant desire to be filled with information. A little. Dived into Hermes, Majestos, and Pseudo Albertus Magnus. Fuck yeah. It's I genuinely recommend people looking into like hermetic alchemy and alchemy in general, because it's amazing when it comes up and you're like, oh, I understand, because like so much of like Elden Ring lore, for instance, is also intertwined with like alchemy, and it's like, what the fuck? It's amazing. You actually like look into things and you're like, wait just a second. The lore writers went crazy. I'm also a nerd? Fuck yeah. Hey, menu on that alchemy shit. I love alchemy. I should rewatch Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist? I was into alchemy before I watched Fullmetal, but I wasn't that into it. I like alchemy. Good news, fingers don't hurt anymore. Bad news, lost most feeling in my fingertips. Oh no. Take care of that. Please. I don't even know. I mean, if there's like an open wound, I mean, most of what you have to do is just let it rest. I often lose feeling in parts of my body, but that's just part of having FND. I was carrying a cup of chocolate milk the other day, and then I lost complete feeling in my left arm and just fell to the floor, and I'm like, no! I felt so distressed, and then I proceeded to only carry around water for the next while because I was so afraid of, like, dropping it and losing everything. In this economy, losing that much fucking milk? God wants me dead. It's amazing how much anime actually has, like, hermetic alchemy is, like, a thing. Open crushed wound. Just adore my fingers so crushed it kind of hard. Oof. Bone cruncher. It's amazing having this track in the background going because I'm having such a fun time. Like, I won't stop, like, wiggling my body to the beat. But I haven't played this game in ages. It would actually be kind of cool to get a capture card and I can play my Wii. And you guys can see this weird fuck-ass game that this song is from. Vintage Story is also European alchemy heavy. I did an analysis on an in-game art of a recipe depicted using alchemy symbols, and the devs used a version of the sand symbol I've only seen once everywhere. That's so cool! I love that. That's so badass. I'm so grateful, TR, that you go on these lore deep dives. It's so freaking cool. Vintage Story. I love Vintage Story. I should get back into playing Vintage Story, but who knows? I gotta get back to playing Pillars of Eternity, but I also want to get back into practicing, like, voice acting on the spot. Vintage Story, why does it sound familiar? Because I've streamed it several times. I think like a total of 8 times I've streamed Vintage Story. It's a block game with survival mechanics. I'm back. I put my cats a little more wet food because it's been so hot recently and I want them to be hydrated. Fuck yeah. I like whenever I feed my cats wet food because they make those yum, 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 yum noises, and I usually hate hearing humans eat, but hearing cats eat wet food it just makes me happy. I love Kitty. I would make a dad joke so badly. You could do it. LMAO, your kitties make noises, will they? Yeah. Sometimes they'll start purring too if they're really happy. But it's usually when because my housemate is usually the one to feed them wet food because they're like obsessed with my housemate. And so she feeds them most of the time, but like when she goes on a trip, like she was gone to Chicago, for a week. When was that? Like a few days ago. And I like was feeding them and they would start purring and they would make little noises. It's so cute. Mine just meow me all the time. I get those meow me all the time. Before stream, I had to use the bathroom, and my really fluffy cat and my really skinny small orange one followed me in and would not stop yelling at me. And it's like, dude, I'm trying to piss. What the fuck? I don't like this drawing. It's been 5 million years since I've drawn them, and I still can't do it. Oh. Oh, it's getting hot in the room. That's one of the things, too, is I've been kind of demotivated to do streaming just because it's so freaking hot. And then my PC gets so freaking hot. And so, like, I'm drawing, so it's not, like, making my computer run too hot. That's one of the reasons why I'll probably be playing. Definitely Subnautica 2 will be on hiatus until it gets cooler. So maybe late August, September, I'll probably get back to it unless I get impatient and really want to play it. But like simple ones. Yeah. Like my cat sometimes gets lonely at 3 a.m. and then screams outside my door just so she can have one minute of company before she leaves. That's so real. My skinny orange cat just won't stop scratching at the door and then I'll go out and then he'll just like run away. Or the temp in this fucking factory, no, I say, dude, you gotta get out of there. Hey man, you gotta get out of there. They're keeping you in like genuinely insane working conditions. You gotta get out of there. No, I'm not gonna kill you. You're in a ghost town. Your soul's already here. If you die there, you'll be trapped in the ghost town, or I'm not always there. It's gonna be bad. But seriously, like genuinely, soon, hopefully you'll be able to get out of there. Get a new job that actually is not full of evil, dangerous chemicals and is not full of no AC. God. Our greedy corporate overlords must be overthrown. Jesus. Oh, it's hot as fuck. I'm so sweaty. Is under 10 normal with no air? Oh, that's actually criminal. Where the fuck is OSHA when you need them? That's the thing that sucks too, is right now in the fucking US, we have so many fucking important health regulations no longer in access. Have you ever replaced a thermal compound in your PC? It generally needs replacing every 5 to 7 years. Good thing it hasn't been 5 years since I got this PC. I got it in 2022, so I'm good. I might. I'm not really a PC person. Well, I use my PC, but I'm not really a big tech person. I'm up for updating parts, but I'm also lazy and cheap. That's night shift. It's hot in the day. Ow! I'm glad you're doing night shift though, so it's at least better, but oof. Dude, you gotta run away from that place. That's nightmarish. To be honest, you probably need a new PC every 5 to 7 years considering how fast computers are advancing. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, for me especially, like I don't really want any new... I really don't want any new, like, games. Subnautica 2 is probably, like, the newest game that I want, but most of the games I actually want to stream are older. I genuinely, when I started streaming, I wanted to do a lot more of, like, old JRPGs, and I still kind of want to go back to that. Like, I still never finished playing East, like the East series, which is, like, an old JRPGs from the either early 2000s or, like, 90s. And I love that series. And, like, I'd like to play games that are a lot less burdensome on the computer because it's good. It'll be good for a long while then. Might want to underclock or undervolt your components to reduce running temps. Tiara, I am so grateful that you are giving advice, but I don't know what that means. Respectfully, I don't know what that means. And I am not going to touch anything inside of my PC until it dies. I have hand tremors. I have random lapses of brain and neurological function. I'm not messing with any electronics if I intend to keep it running. I might hand it over to somebody so they can do that, but I wouldn't do that myself. Once it dies, you'll touch it only to bury it. Yeah. Like one of my friends was like into like making PC parts and, you know, the tech side of it. But it's like, I drop my chocolate milk, you know? Every so often I'll undervolt, but I also overclock. Oh, what does it mean? I don't know. I'm okay with like navigating software, but I don't know if you can do that. That seems like a hardware thing. Your touchy milk. That's my chocolate milk though. That's the thing is, if I ever have like another person back in my life, like physically, where I can like hand them my PC and be like, hey, can you adjust this? Then yeah. Change the power draw settings below the default so the temps are slower and slight performance reduction. Oh. I always have my PC on like power saving mode. But there's like usually like several different settings where that's under. I have like a, what is that called? AMD, whatever it's called. Suggest poll. What do you mean suggest poll? Poll for what? Hi or hello? That's what you want the poll for? How do I do? Can there be another poll? Wait. I choose hello, okay. Wait, so slash... Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot! I switched it to blood dregs. Is it still called that? I wasn't sure what to make it, and then I was like, what about Bloodborne? Yeah, it is blood dregs. I'm gonna set it for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna forget about this poll. What about a friendly hey? No, it's too late. I just set the poll. I do agree. People matters who it is. I feel like, okay, so if I see my cat, right? If I open up the door and I see my cat, I go, hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And then if I see my 59-year-old housemate and I see her, I go, oh, hey, like, good morning. How's it going? Or sometimes I greet in a niche too, right? So you got your, aning, you know, aning. You know, just all those. And then if it's my housemate that's 60, I usually go, what's up? And then if I see my friends and they're in a group, I feel like what's up, everybody. I usually say what's up a lot. People greet me by saying, hey man, making a joke of my name. Hell yeah. Hole, shoot, a hole, what's up? Wow. I say what's up a lot. What do you think? Hi. Hi, how are you? I usually say, hi, what's up? How are you doing? A lot of times I don't start with like a greeting per se. I'm like, have you seen this? Oh, I just saw a video. Howdy. Howdy. I don't think I've ever really said a howdy. Maybe if I've said howdy once, and it was when after I dropped out of high school, I went to go pick up my friend from high school, who was still in high school. And they were in my French class that we used to have together because I dropped out before like the school year was over. And I showed up in full cowboy attire. Like I had a black cowboy hat and I had cowboy boots on. And I had like a black button-up t-shirt with like embroidered skulls with like a really cool like skull metal buttons. And then I had like a belt buckle, like a classic leather belt buckle belts with like a little like a flames. And then I had like I think just jeans on. And then I showed up and I think I said howdy. And I remember this really vividly. Just because it was so interesting because my French teacher was like, oh my god, like I hope you've been doing well. And all my classes, because I used to be in this French class, were like, what the fuck, where have you been? It's been months. And I said, I dropped out. And they're like, what? And I thought that was really funny because just the like, where have you been? Like, in retrospect, because I didn't, okay. I didn't think about this at all because back when I was like a high schooler, back before I was like, when I was a teenager especially, I didn't think about social or like what I wore. I just wore shit and did shit. And now that I'm like adult, I can like look back and think about things. It's like, holy shit. That must be such a weird ass situation because I never wore any of that outfit ever to school. And then randomly, oh my God. What a what a weird thing to do. That's beautiful. Oh, that's so much, hell yeah. I say hi friend so much. My friends say it's my catchphrase. That's cute. The knowing Medi experience, just wondering where it's been for months that it randomly very. Yeah, I've always been this way. It's the biggest gripe that people have had with me. That's something that I always get really nervous whenever, like, I had this friend who had really big time like anxious attachment disorder, and I was such a bad friend. Like in retrospect, I'm like, oh God, it's so bad because I don't think anything of just disappearing for a long time. And like, I just do my own thing. And then it's so weird that people are like, I want you to be a part of my life. And it's like, what? What do you mean? What the fuck? I mess around sometimes. If me and my friends see each other in public, we slow motion run to each other saying, I missed you out loud like a romance movie. That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. That is exactly what a relationship should be. That's beautiful. I think the closest thing is one of my friends that I've had for a long time now. He used to be the lead club, lead of the club for the video game club that I was in, and he like went to a different college like away from where I lived. So like he'd show up like every once in a while, and like we're still good friends. And anytime he would come back and be like, oh yeah, like Medi, I'm in town if you want to hang out. And then I'd just like, usually would meet up like in a downtown area, and I'd just rush at him. I'd like, when I see him, I'd just break into a full sprint and then just like lunge at him pretty much. Funniest thing is when you see the random homophobic man saying being so disgusted by it, that's the best part. Making homophobes disgusted is the best part of life. Though I rarely pick up on it. Unless they, like, openly call me a slur, I don't realize when somebody's being homophobic or, like, transphobic to me. The homophobic guy is part of the experience. I don't understand homophobia. But what, I mean, two guys holding hands, two girls holding hands, kissing, maybe doing a bit more. That's beautiful. Oh my God, Medi cutting themselves off real quick. Hee hee. People here don't hide it. People are very Christian here. Yeah. Ugh. That's the thing is, like, fucking Christianity shouldn't be homophobic. That's literally so stupid. Can people actually fucking read and make their own decisions? Like, that's the thing is, like, I don't mind Abrahamic relations or, like, Christianity, Catholicism, or, like, anything, but can they actually just think with their brain and heart? I mean, they are citing the shit of you. I don't give a fuck. People look at me for all sorts of reasons. Oh, I say that, but I felt really bad the other day because it's summer, so I have to wear like pretty exposed clothing, and I'm like covered in tattoos. And this old white woman was just so freaked out by me, and I was wearing a Iron Lung t-shirt, so I had like a giant evil eel on my shirt, right? Medi owning an Iron Lung t-shirt? Yeah, I was out in that, and she got so scared by me, and I was like, dude, I'm literally just hanging out. Size of your room also affects how much your PC heats up through. Some cheap remedies is 3D printing an air duct awful for the fan. Some stock OEMs workstations also include those. Free print files are available, I believe. Final set plastic panel, a knife, and some glue can also do some lacking access to 3D print. Hell yeah. That's the thing is, like, my overheating thing isn't that bad. It's just I'm really sensitive to changes in the environment. Like, okay, so my room setup this is a really small room. that does not help at all. But it's like also heavily padded because it's soundproofed. And there's like a solid door and all these things. So like airflow isn't the greatest in this room. That's one of the reasons why, I mean, I'd have an air conditioner in here and I open up and I air it out and I have it going. And like, it isn't that much hotter in this room. It's only I'm very sensitive to like, my air conditioner is set to get it to like 65. And because 70, I start getting overheated. Like it genuinely is not much, like a 5-degree up. And that usually takes hours. I'm just very sensitive. So it's not like that much of a problem. It's just, it gets hot and I don't like it. But I pass out really easily in any sense of heat. So like what I consider unlivable conditions, I'm like a really fussy plant. I'm like a super fussy plant. I'm not a succulent. I'm not a cactus, even though I love those. I'm like something that just sucks. I just keep somebody else. No, but then that's the thing is I almost died of hyperthermia, or like not hyperthermia, but I got a ton of damage from having hypothermia in January. So now I can't even drink frozen things or like touch cold things because that then causes a huge spike of pain, which I can't, which I struggle with. I'm fucked. I'm just a weak little guy. You breathe on me in the wrong way and I freaking die. Goodness, oh goodness gracious. Yeah. I was not made for survival. It's very damn poor I am, so I have to keep the dehumidifier on a lot during the day. Then I get joint pain if it's too high, yeah. My air conditioner also has a dehumidifier option, so I always have to keep turning it on, but I can't turn it on too high because I have my hamster in my room, so I have to have this nice balance. We have to get those big fans and fan you. Oh, hell yeah. There's a ceiling fan in this room that I turn on, but then it usually causes like dust to spin in my room, and I usually try and clean the dust, but there's so much because like I keep collecting different antiques. Like for instance, I collect like Tom Barrett Space Cadet books that are always dusty. Oh. And I'm just somebody that's like very, it does not take much for me to pass out and black out. I pass out on average 7 times a month. And that's usually for my F&D, but also can be for like other things, like just heat. There are air filters for dust, right? I have an air filter. Okay, lesson learned, that was way too heavy. What? What was? Did you pick up something that was too heavy and then it fell on your foot like an anvil in a Looney Tunes cartoon and you went, ouch? Or was it just, or is it metaphorical? I'm jamming out so hard. Didn't drop it, luckily. Oh. Metaphorical heaviness in your heart. God, just learned that was far too heavy. Grabs the air in front of my chest. A tear slips down my face. Okay. Okay. I have no heart. I'm a scarecrow. That's true. You are a scarecrow. I have a heart, but it's been stabbed a few times. By that, I mean like probably 2 or 3. Off the check. Lifts up shirt. Actually, wait. This is like a... For somebody who has like visible stab wounds on their chest every time they stream, it is actually kind of peculiar. Was the scarecrow looking for in the wizard brain? Oz a brain? Yeah. It was the Tin Man that was looking for a heart. I've never really watched the original Wizard of Oz, but there's that Motown version of it called The Wiz with like Michael Jackson, Diana Ross that I really fuck with. And I forgot who played the Tin Man, but I love the guy who played the Tin Man, and he's got that beautiful song, What Could I Do If I Could? What was it? Wait, what's the song? Tell me what could I do if I could? Fuck! I watched those too, but I never watched The Wizard of Oz 2. Whoa, we're twinning. Grabs your hands and starts shaking it really fast. Same hat, same hat, same hat. The same hat meme may not be popular anymore, but I think about it every time I find something in common. Twin, twin, twin. Quincy, twin, twin, twin. Oh wait, fuck. Forgot about his weird fucking hair. I find it really funny. I used to be really big into like reading shoujo. I mean, yeah, shonen manga, like in general. And I remember I came across the series Marimashita Irumakan, just like randomly. I was just like looking for like any manga updates, and then I saw it. And the original Marimashita Irumakan had like a very similar style to my own, where it was like really sketchy. It was very spooky because it's about this kid who ends up in the demon world. And I really like the original art style. Now it's iffy, and I'm not the biggest fan of the anime. But I got really into it, or like I started reading, I'm like, oh, this is nice, right? Because I read it, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then when it reached like the third arc, I realized, oh fuck, I'm in it for real. And then I did not expect to really fall in love with the series, and I've been reading it for years. But now it's actually gotten pretty popular, but the anime really took off. There was a new season recently. You should get Streamio. It's a torrent/aggregator that lets you watch anything. You just have to buffer like old YouTube. I'm binging Apothecaries and How the Dragon. Hell yeah. I have Crunchyroll, and also I'm on my friend's HBO, so I watch it without needing that. That's the thing, is like I have a way to watch things without needing to pay money, but I also have a lot of friends. Yeah. I need to watch more. I want to watch the new season of House of the Dragon, but I'm waiting for the whole season to be done, then I can binge it. I really like House of the Dragon. But I just like, I'm not the biggest fan of Game of Thrones, the show, but I do like A Song of Ice and Fire in general. I really like the world building and the setting, and Adam of Hull, oh, from House of the Dragon, oh, God, he's fine. God, he's so hot. Anytime I find a character attractive, I have to search them up on Tumblr, because you already know so many of those Tumblr fangirls and fanboys have like the most beautiful edits of like gifs of them, like in the most beautiful. Oh, it's awesome. Turns out I didn't grab the one. Nice. I love Apothecary Diaries. I read that. Well, that's the thing, is I don't really watch anime. I read. I'm a big time reader. And that's the thing, is like, especially if it's like originally was a manga or a novel, I'd rather read the novel or the manga. Though recently, well, I've been watching a lot of Detective Conan. I've streamed before IMDb, and any IMDb, like, it'll reject a free strip you can say. Oh, that's so cool. I watched all of the Game of Thrones more recently, like the past years. I'm not emotionally ready for House of the Dragon, still grieving. Yeah. Oh man, House of the Dragon is so good. Somebody's like, you're sick, you're a freak. That's the thing, is like, oh man, I love my dark fantasy though. I say it as if I don't have a giant Berserk poster next to me and a giant Czeslaw Beksinski painting next to me. God. I'm so excited for this new season. Okay, one of the reasons I like watching like A Song of Ice and Fire adaptations like House of the Dragon, and oh my god, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is so good. Yes, Pretty Pig, you're so, oh. Tiara, you weren't there. I did a stream, or maybe you were there. I did a stream where I drew, Lionel Baratheon is so fucking hot. Oh my god. I got addicted to drawing him, and I did a stream where I was drawing him and I was just rambling about it. And oh my god, the armor design, the outfit design. Oh, and then the cinematography. I was watching the the after the scenes. Holy shit. Also, it's insane how good the acting is. Like, even like fucking... God, Lionel Baratheon, what a man. The antler crutch. Oh. Ah. Lionel Baratheon, give me a chance, please. Oh my god. God, he's so fucking hot. God, he's so hot. But that's one of the reasons I like it is they have that dedicated, like, House of the Dragon also has it, where they have that dedicated costume making team and like prop making team for their shows that are just amazing. And that's one of the reasons why I struggle to get into Game of Thrones is it really doesn't show up until later, like the later seasons where you get to see really nice garments and execution of it, because woof, some of the, especially the early gold cloaks armor really pissed me off. Don't know why I went to that voice. Oh man. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Detective Conan though recently, but Sola got me onto that. And it's just nice, but I love, like, one of my favorite TV shows is like Columbo, so it's like not surprising. Yeah, it really finds its footing in later seasons with the city. That's the thing is, there's so much in the books that just get omitted from the series that just, like, it's not as whimsical as the books. It's fucked up. Kind of. Yeah, it's hit or miss on several ways. The writing pisses me off. A lot of the mischaracterization is not the greatest. I definitely prefer the books. But House of the Dragon, I like a lot. Well, that's the thing, though, is that with House of the Dragon, like, there's something... Okay. Oh, what is it called? And this isn't really... I'm trying to think of a way that doesn't have spoilers. In the second season of House of the Dragon, Daemon has, like, a non-book event where he's kind of tripping. And that section actually added so much depth to it that was needed, because literally the, like, time he spent, like, during this time period was never fully addressed in the books. So I'm glad they actually fleshed it out, because it makes sense of how he got to point A to point B a lot more, like, with his, like, character progression. So I like how they did some things. Harrenhal, yeah. Well, I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to use as little information as possible. Just in case somebody down the line. Because believe it or not, people watch the VODs. Kind of crazy. I still think it's insane. I every once in a while I check my numbers on YouTube, and it's like, what the? I'm still at like 262 subscribers. It's crazy. And also people watch the VODs here too, which is like, what? People watching VODs on Twitch is people do that. Crazy. No worries, okay. I don't even remember what character we're talking about, and I'm pretty sure you said their name. Yeah. I love reading. That's the thing is, I like cinema for visuals, but like, especially if it has a book format or a comic, like I'm a lot less prone to liking it, or like reading or seeking that out. Gotta fix his ear, John. I like reading the books because it makes me feel smart when people ask what I've been doing recently. Hell yeah. For me, it's like convenience, and I also get impatient, right? Because that's the thing is, like, oh, how many times have I read or, like, watched an anime starting out, and then it's like, oh, man, I can't wait for there were more, and then it's like, you have to wait until the next season, right? And I'm like, well, I can just read that, right? And then I start reading that. So, and then it's like, well, I feel like the first case of it was when I was reading, I think Naruto, probably. And so I then got into reading Shonen Jump, which is the magazine it is released on Japan, right? And so then I started reading all the other Shonen Jump. So it wasn't like necessarily waiting for Naruto to update like the manga. I was then just getting a whole magazine. So it was grouped together, and that's fun. And every so often I still listen to VOD. Hell yeah. I'm always really, really grateful for VOD watchers. That's usually how I have been as a streaming fan too. It's still like surreal to me though that people enjoy my content. And also thank you for enjoying Fog so much. I simply make music just to make music. So it makes me happy whenever people end up actually liking it. A little treat. I gotta make his Widow's Peak not as strong. I'm like weirdly congested right now. Just a second, I gotta sneeze. There you go. Lyrical masterpiece even with no lyrics, hell yeah. Okay, I'm going to sleep now. I can't keep my eyes open anymore. Go to sleep. Go rest. Hope you sleep well. Good night, Cotton. Oh, I'm sleepy too. I wish I could have a convenient, like, consistent sleep schedule, but even like being a night owl isn't always guaranteed. Oh, I'm so sleepy all the time though. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream. I usually try and stream for like 3 hours, so. But I might stream for like another 30 and then really lay down and read. I usually like to get a session of reading in before I sleep. Honestly, working and my dad is gonna force me to stay up all day tomorrow. Oof. Oh, that's rough. I really, really hope him and your sleeping and living conditions and working conditions can get better. This is gonna be a while until I sleep again. Oof. Yeah, if you look into being Coast Guard, and it is something that you really, really want to do, yeah, or even something that you want to try out, seriously, like, that could be a great future for you. It's not even making me do anything either. Just being loud. Just make my stamp do nothing. Damn, that sucks. Hopefully you'll be free. No, like he said, he's going to be walking in my room, making sure I stay awake, then walk away. What the fuck? That's so weird. Maybe it's just a control thing, I guess? God, that sucks. He knows that you work all night, so it doesn't make any logical sense. Yeah, you gotta get out of there, dude. Honestly, if he does, I'm yelling at him. Reach my breaking point. Hey. As long as it doesn't escalate into anything that'll lock you away, I mean, feel free to scream at him. I've had to lose it at my dad as well for a lot of things. Hopefully you'll be able to move out and sooner than later. Get a better job. If he swings, I'm just walking out. Yeah, makes sense. Well, whoever swings first is the one who's in legal trouble, so as long as you can... If you can set up proof, like, know that this was most likely going to happen, and then you just set up a camera in advance, that could help you in case you do want to protect yourself legally if it does end up becoming something worse. Of course, so that's just if it becomes more serious. Well, I mean, it is serious as is, but I mean... Am I making sense? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, well, they were definitely gonna believe my parents over me. Well, that's why you have... recording, right? Because court, right? You have literal documentation of them saying things. After my accusations, police don't like me. That's the thing is, like, if you have little evidence in a court case, they cannot dismiss it. And the person you need to sway isn't the police, it's the jury. It looks so squished. Yeah, that looks like more like his proper proportions. The rest of them bug-like. Bug-like. Chippy. I don't know. I don't know what to draw. So I want to draw Kasuya, but... I don't know. The reason why I want to do Coast Guards and move out George free. Hell yeah. Like, that's the thing, is like, whatever can get you out of there, do it, right? You said it was, you want to do something stupid, but I don't think it is. Anything that can get you out of your current situation is worth it. Anything that can get you away from your parents is worth it. Anything that can get you into a better job is worth it. It's definitely more foolish to sit in place than when you're unhappy than to strive for a better future for yourself. I wrote, when I reached my breaking limit with living with my parents, I escaped very far away. And a lot of people thought I was crazy for doing what I did, but I'm in a better place now because of it. I don't know, it put me out of the comfort of how much I make here. That's what I mean by stupid. You get poisoned. You know, you may have a decent amount of income, but you aren't happy. And, like, okay. So the alternative is you save up enough money with this job to move away, right? How much do you have saved, right? Where are you planning on moving, you know? So if that is a better outcome for you is moving, right? You already save enough, you make enough money, and then you leave. You get another job, and then you leave. Like, you have to... And more money means more comfort to me. Is comfort worth seeking when you're miserable, though? Like, yeah, like... Well... You got stabbed. You don't like living in Georgia. You don't like living in the South. Oh, welcome in, Mr. Jester! Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. Is coming home, is coming home. Welcome home, dude. That's the thing with Heyman is money can help you be a lot more comfortable and do a lot more things. So if you can use that to achieve a better future for yourself, cool. I was in Mexico, now in the States. Hell yeah! Cheering for England, watching the World Cup? Fuck yeah. Oh, we had a good time in Mexico and also in the States. Man, quite a trip. Cheering for England, watching the World Cup? Hell yeah. I'm not picking sides this time for the World Cup. I haven't been watching too much of it. I used to be really into soccer when I was younger, but not so much anymore. It's been really fun though seeing all the people who have come to the US to watch the games, and I've just been enjoying it who are from overseas. It's always the damn Frenchies. They're still in top 4, yeah. I like France though. One of the rare people that does. I wonder if I should try having like a wavy middle part hair at some point. I like having short hair, but it'd be cool to make a model that had longer hair. But not too much. Still very masculine. Oh, people from Germany reacting to Waffle House on social media is so funny. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The amount of people who have tried ranch for the first time was also cracking me up. In fact, border security had to keep tossing out people's jugs of ranch they're trying to take home. And it's like, what the fuck? That's insane. America has a lot of problems, but there's a lot of things about a culture that is very beautiful and funny to see people get to experience. Funny too, I hate ranch. I also dislike ranch. But it is like a very American thing. I'm glad to see people enjoying themselves and coming together though. There's so many problems in this world, but if you can just relax and have fun and cheer for your dream, I mean, that's good. Hating something but seeing people being so addicted to it is funny. Yeah. For me, I used to just like it, especially when I was younger. And I'd have to go to school cafeteria and people would be dipping their like pizza and ranch and I'd be like, ah! Because I also dislike the smell of it a lot. But it's fine. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with ranch. And theoretically, I can understand why people like it. That's the thing, is I try not to... Life is already full of so much hatred and people being judgmental assholes that, I mean, if it isn't hurting anybody, then I have no reason to bring up my own personal issue with it. I just don't like the taste. I like the taste, I don't like the smell. But I usually avoid eating in public spaces in general, so it's not... People like ranch, then it's awesome. If you have something, if you find love and joy in something, that's awesome. As long as it isn't hurting anybody. Oh, I gotta sneeze again. Pollen's been bad out here. Ugh. Probably after I'm done streaming, I'll take a little bit of a drink break and make myself some tea and get some allergy medication. The first model I had metal parted hair, but it'd be cool to have something soupy like this. I have no idea what I want next for an outfit. I could make another medieval outfit. Renaissance outfit. Victorian outfit. 70s outfit. 50s outfit. God, there's so many cool time periods and fashions and clothing. That's the cool thing about being 900 years old, fatally 600 years old. That's something that I am really grateful for, is being my own artist and rigger for my model, because I can just do everything myself if I want. I need to get better at especially live 2D rigging. Not really. Nah, you don't look a day over 750. Oh, thanks. Oh, I gotta work on my lore too. I think I'm probably going to release it mostly as a novel, but I do want an animated introductory to it. But I need to work on the animation, and then after I get the animation finished, I need to actually hire voice actors. Which luckily I do actually have budget put aside for it. And there's somebody I'm actually considering asking to see if they want to do the role, but who knows? That's the scary thing, is hiring voice actors when you don't know anybody personally who's a voice actor. Well, okay, I have associates that are voice actors, but none of them fit the role. I might set up a page on casting call though. Thinking of trying to get a Scarecrow VTuber. I don't know though. Whatever you want to do. I recommend, of course, streaming, trying out streaming in advance, because VTubers models are expensive. It can easily be like $1,000, and considering that you ideally should be moving out and getting your own place, it's definitely worth saving up to do that than spending money on a VTuber model. But if you do streaming and you really like it, used to stream, cool. Yeah, if you want to get back into streaming and see if you like it and want to do that, then hell yeah. Whatever you want to do. It's something too, especially, is making money as a VTuber that's enough to live off of is difficult. So of course, once again, it's best to think of it as a hobby, not over-invest into things. Yeah, but it's ultimately up to you, just like everything we've talked about. If you want to be a VTuber model, then hell yeah. Life is too short not to seek your own happiness. Only you can define what that is. Though, of course, some people have misplaced happiness and don't actually know how to seek it. For me, I like VTubing because it's a culmination of a lot of my interests. I can do anything on here. You're stupid? Why? I mean, most humans are. Everybody has something that makes them stupid. It's okay. What happened? I actually want to face myself? What's up? What's going on, dude? Actually, I really like this doodle. This is why you don't be distracted while working? Yeah. I mean, all it takes is the slightest distraction and things can get really fucked. Please stay safe. It's okay to mute me or exit out. Stack something in the completely wrong folder. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, you guys see firsthand how many mistakes I make when I'm chatting with you guys and I get distracted. Actually, I kind of want to open up a new canvas and doodle out a variation of a model of this. I feel like this would be cute for like a cozy one, like oversized sweater. All right, just a second. File new. Let's do 100 by 100. And I'm gonna switch over away from the milli pen. Okay, I've been jamming out to this track for too long. What else should I choose? I have too many options, that's the problem. I like this one. This is one of the ancient sensation from the sim game. But cozy. This one's Lullaby Paradise. No, not this one. Oh, you know what would be ultimate cozy time? Wait, it's gonna be sleepy though. What if I go with... I'll do Castle in the Mist from Eco. Ba-ba-bum. There you go. I need to get back into doing more music covers. I've been actually practicing still a lot of music and tried recording some covers, but oof, it's been rough. I've gotten back actually a lot into listening to the musician Amy Mann. I really like her album, especially I'm With Stupid. So I've been doing a lot of karaoke of that and practicing at some of her songs on guitar because she has a pretty simple guitar. I love music. This isn't gonna be like a model drawing, but it is just me thinking about the design a bit more. Instead of it being completely in the middle, it's like a little off to the side. Shouldn't be that low though. I should probably do my eyes first and then do the hair after that. That way I don't draw over these. This face is a little too long. Alright, let me erase this. And I was like that. Then I'll shrink, I'll squash this a little bit. Oh. Open up. There we go. I was silent for a little while. I was thinking mostly about eye shapes and trying to figure out how to get the proportions right. It's funny, I've had to draw myself so many times, but still not very good at it. Though it seems like my art quality just really wanes and waxes based on the day. It seems that way for most artists. But something is, I, unsurprisingly, was rereading Happy Shitty Life again, and just seeing how much even Harada Sensei's artwork is constantly fluctuating made me feel a lot better about my own. Sometimes you just can't get the proportions right. I think I fixed it, let's hope. Alright, hopefully that's the case. Always feel free to take a step away and focus on something at work. Because I really, really don't want you to get in trouble for anything. Hopefully it'll be okay. It's always difficult though when you really need to lock in. Especially with me, it can be difficult because of my F&D. I have some cognitive impairment that does happen, can randomly just get worse all of a sudden. So especially when I have to drive, it's risky, so I'm just trying to lock in and keep it safe. If not, a laze is stacked in a ruffles. That's really funny though. I mean, out of all the flaws that can happen, at least that's a funny one. I'm gonna erase that nose for now. Is this the brush I was using before? Does that not look right? No, it was this. No. It was... Oh, is this one? There you go. It won't be funny for the people that open it after me. Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, it's okay. Mistake doesn't cause too many problems. If it is there. To err is to be human. Or, alternatively said, humanity is synonymous with erroneous. Mistakes are bound to happen as long as you are human. They're gonna be like, fucking dumbass. I mean, at the very least, that's all they'll be saying, really. Gotta shift over the jaw and also move the nose up. I don't know what that expression is, but I'll keep it for now. I think that's one of my favorite things about drawing is having to think about the feeling of it. Like, I often think about how it feels to actually do these expressions and how your eyes move up in like different corners and how your face moves with everything. Because the thing is, your skin is constantly being moved around every time you have any slight expression change. And well, your cheeks move up, which causes your eyes to fold up when you're smiling or upset. Those little details that make the entirety of how somebody expresses something. It's also not like continuously the same for each person. Some people, like for instance, when I furrow my brows, right? Like, so these are, let's say these are eyebrows, right? These are eyebrows. Some people, of course, have like the classic, you know, when the brows are moving forward, they cause this scrunch of skin here. And then some people only have lines. Some people have like the bottom part of the brows defined. And then some people have them go up more on angles like that. But for me, one of the main things that gets defined is there's this kind of like shallower bit where like, these are eyebrows, right? These are the eyes. So the flesh of my brow is like very defined, and then all of a sudden there's like this drop here. I don't know if that makes any sense. But it's very difficult to draw that. But it will indeed cause, and has caused, like creases in my skin, which will then, you know, of course, develop into permanent wrinkles over time. Which I like. But I like face wrinkles a lot because it's literally just a map of every expression you've ever had embedded into your skin. I think that's awesome. Every time somebody's ever smiled, forever embedded in their face. Every time somebody's cried, forever it's embedded in their face. The vibes are already so different from this. I said it was gonna be casual, but right now, the way I'm kind of drawing it is kind of fancy. Oh, wrong brush. I'll definitely probably simplify the hair texture if I were to make it a model. That way it isn't a nightmare to rig. The simpler the VTuber the model, the easier it is. So, if I'm doing all the work, I'm gonna make it the easiest I can for myself. Plus, I refuse to get the paid version of Live 2D, which is used for VTuber rigging, so I'm limited in how big the texture atlas is, which means everything has to be on a smaller scale. Minimum amount of layers, minimum amount of resolution. My favorite character I ever created. I made this character in a story. My friend was making it. It was a small guy who only uses a knife. Can't do magic in a world filled with magic, and you might be wondering how will a small guy survive with just a knife in a world full of magic where people can sense anytime he's around. Oh yeah. That seems fun. Just a little guy with a knife in a big world. I support him. Such an awkward position with the deck. I'm trying to figure out how I want this to be moved forward. I should move the neck back a little bit. I really like drawing wavy and curly hair, but I always get really impatient when drawing it. I made him balance by making him do alchemy, and he was really good at making potions, and I made his knife a syringe also. Hell yeah. Sounds pretty cool. Potions are always cool. So you can inject people with potions. Fuck yeah. Sounds like a cool little character you made. It's cool that you also made it for a story your friend was making. It's always cool when you have a collaboration like that and they're able to just... character of yours gets to live on someone else's designs. You could turn invisible? Hell yeah. Turning invisible is always kind of a cool thing you can do. I like it. I like the idea of it. I say as if I don't constantly disappear. Me, not surprising that I think that's cool. All of our characters are based off mythological creatures. Hell yeah. I like mythological creatures a lot. Well, I've shown on the stream a few times the Elves, fairy, and other creatures book that I have that I love a lot. Seems like that would be a pretty fun, like, TTRPG sort of idea or session for, like, a game. To be all mythological creatures. Inspired off mythological creatures. Yeah, Castle Misses make me sleepy. I actually listen to it quite a bit while working on projects. With some kind of sleep creature that if your bed was on the floor, he could get you. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. It's funny if your bed was on the floor. God, I love sleeping on the floor. But I'm somebody where, like, my back usually ends up feeling really good, though, after I sleep on the floor. I'm so envious of cultures that, like, sleep on, like, wooden beds and... Oh, man. It must feel so good. In the winter, I like to sleep on a futon. Those Australian mythos? Nice. I really like this so far. I think there's a few ways I could do this, right? Because if we're doing cozy, I want to figure out how to do toggles in Live Duty. Now there's two options, because if it's being cozy, obviously there's big oversized sweater, but then tank top could be nice. There's a whole movie on it that didn't really represent it. I believe it. Is it from Aboriginal beliefs, or is it just mythos from settlers? Because if it was Aboriginal, then it makes sense, because, I mean, unfortunately, most adaptations of Aboriginal beliefs usually are just bastardizations of it all. As somebody who's a niche, I see our own beliefs get bastardized by movies and media all the fucking time, and boy, is that not good. I used to watch horror movies a lot when I was younger. It's been a long time though. Ah, so it was the Aboriginal people. Yeah. Then I recommend not using the term mythos or mythological creature for it. It can be disrespectful if it is a part of a belief system, especially because most Aboriginal or Native American belief systems are closed in practice, so it's not really something to discuss if you aren't Indigenous and that's part of your beliefs. I like when colors have like that little pleated, what's it called, ribbed design to it. Alright, if it's oversized, then that means that the armpits are going to be lower. Oh, I'm getting tired. Why is this design so cute? Remember I mentioned before about how it'd be cute to have a design covered in band-aids? No, it's gonna be too cutesy. I want them to be holding something. nervously with their hands together, perhaps. I would not call that word a mythological creature. In fact, I wouldn't use that word because, like, any evil entity from Native American, Aboriginal, indigenous beliefs anywhere, you don't say its name, you don't treat it lightly. It's genuinely disrespectful. So no, I would not call that creature a myth. That's a mythological creature. And that includes Thunderbird as well. Though it's been popularized a lot, so it's unfortunately very commonplace, but it is indeed disrespectful to the cultures it comes from. Yes, it is. And this isn't me being upset, it's just I don't feel comfortable even talking about a lot of these creatures because I am Anishinaabe, so it's really not something that yeah, but just, you know, try and avoid talking about these sort of things. It's respectful. Because that's something too is like, that's one of the reasons why I don't talk too much about being Anishinaabe, because it is, you know, a closed belief system in practice. Like, you can't just all of a sudden learn about all these traditions because, I mean, we were banned from practicing them for so long and so much of it is things that shouldn't be talked about media. That's fine, I apologize. Oh, no worries. That's the thing is, like, it's not something people know, you know? Because, like, you know the word, but you don't know much about it, right? You didn't know it was Native American. And that's unfortunately just the case with a lot of native things. I don't know what I'm doing with these hands. I think it'd be cute though to have the hands laid out like that. I think it would be cool not to have you. A sweater usually has like at the very ends the same thing, but for some reason I want to make it loose. God, these hands are not good proportions. Whatever. This is just the rough doodle. Alright, arms are down. There we go. Cute. Oh man, getting so sleepy. It is currently 5:15. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 43 minutes. Yeah, I can go to sleep. I look so nervous. I look so nervous. Oh, I'd actually love to turn this into an outfit. I don't know if I'd stay with such a bold middle part or if I'd go with something more like this versus illustration, but I mean, pretty good. 5:15? Yeah, I should go to bed. I should also eat something more. Oh, all right. Oh. Good night, good day, good afternoon, everybody. I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you so much to everybody who chatted today. Thank you so much to the VOD watchers, the lurkers, and I hope to see you again in the future. Hopefully, I'll be back to streaming more consistently. I don't know. I might just go quiet for a little while, but it's whatever my health allows. But know that I'm always happy to see you guys. I'm always grateful for you guys. Bye-bye.